Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Cantina Conversations, the galaxy's #1 conversational podcast. I am one of your hosts, Will Beeman, joined as always by my two lovely Canadian compadres, starting off with the DJ, the White Gillard.
Yeah,
DJ, how are you today, Mr. Boss?
I'm fine. I'm doing good, I guess. I'm a little disappointed in myself in that I once again forgot when I wear the sweater. I also probably shouldn't record the podcast because I'm just ahead at this point. It's weird with my background, but we'll accept it.
DJ has removed himself of his corporeal form, and he is all brain now.
He is extended above our existence. He is now the eternal brain.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being here, DJ. And joining us as always is the lovely, ever so studious Jackson Wells. Jackson, how are you today?
It's always a pleasure to be here. Sometimes I have something to say, sometimes I don't. I do have a question, Will. Mm-hmm. And joining us as always, our host, Will Beeman. Will, how are you doing today?
I am very tired, but I'm fine. That is just the great answer is just I am fine. Or as you say in the corporate world, I'm living the dream.
Living the dream, baby. One day at a time. The dream.
Yeah, so today's episode was supposed to be a full review on the Claudia Gray novel, Into the Dark, but for reasons out of my control, I've only made it a chapter into this book, so we are not going to be giving a full spoilers discussion on this.
Will, tell them who's the Star Wars book expert now.
Yeah, the Star Wars book expert out of nowhere is Mr. Jackson Wells this time.
Yeah.
I don't know what actually I do know what happened. I don't know if I told you guys this, and this episode's going to be a little looser than usual. So I'm just going to tell the story where it involves me listening to the Star Wars audiobook, where I have the textbook for school that was supposed to come in, and this was coming 2 weeks ago. And so I finally emailed the company. I was like, "Hey, where's your textbook?" And they're like, "Oh, we dropped it off here." And it is at this convenience store that's 45 minutes away from where I live.
Why would it be at a convenience store? Is there a PO box thing or something?
That's Postal? A good question. We'll get there, DJ. And so I go,
okay, I'm sorry.
And so as anyone who lives in the northern hemisphere for the most part right now knows, it's very cold out and very snowy out, and I can't walk for 45 minutes, so I take the bus. Bus costs money, and then I get there, and then I still have to walk another 15 minutes. So I listened to a good chunk of the book this day, and then I went there, and they have this drop-off point or whatever. It's not even really a PO box. All the packages are just sitting out in this random convenience store, and my book wasn't there. Yeah, I listened to a lot of the audiobook.
So you don't have your book yet?
Nope.
No? Oh, great.
I'm probably going to cancel it and then just find it somewhere else.
I see what you mean.
The problem is when I was looking for it earlier, they didn't have the right edition, but at this point I might just be cutting my losses.
Yeah, you might be fine.
Anyways, yeah.
Who would have thunk dropping something off at a convenience store that you ordered to your house or to your dorm or whatever wouldn't be a good idea?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do have a funny story about that from my college years.
Right,
somebody tried getting away with an older edition of the book when the current edition that we were using in the class legitimately had significant changes and the chapters were rearranged. So they spent the whole semester very lost. Eventually they gave up, and I think they just were there was a girl in our class that was always ahead of her work, so she was letting her borrow the book as the assignments came around, so that way she could stay afloat, because she was like, I'm just too poor, I can't afford to buy the book twice. And
yeah, I would say many industries in our beautiful world that we live in are scams. None affect me more personally than the college textbook.
So I mean, it sounds like that convenience store though had an Amazon drop.
Yeah, it was it's like that, but I didn't buy it off of Amazon. It was called Pudo or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because I've seen Amazon drop off stores. There's one that's at a gas station not very far from here.
Mhm.
And it's just like a bunch of lockers with an Amazon logo on it. And there's like a touch screen that I'm sure you probably go up and you're just like, you probably like put in your order
Probably
number
go
or
up and like
something.
cough
And
on
it's
it and
like,
stuff.
Yeah, give it a little
Yeah.
lick, you know.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess
But yeah, so we can get started with the episode today. Today, like much like last week, how we had DJ lead us with the Holopod, we're going to have Jackson take the lead this week with the segment that I decided to call right before I logged onto our virtual meeting. As Carrie Underwood once said, Jackson, take the wheel.
Oh, okay. All right. I think what might be best for us to do here is I read. I think I want to start really quickly and briefly talk about the books. I think I don't want to talk about what happens in it necessarily, but I think there's some interesting implications we can talk about here. Things that we've referenced in the past. DJ, you've also read a decent
Chapter
amount of the
10,
book.
I think.
Yeah, I will say, first of all, this book doesn't like 100% grab me as much as Light of the Jedi. It's definitely, I'm obvious. Actually, I am a young adult, therefore, this
Therefore,
book
it's
is
for you.
targeted.
It's for you.
But it's
I wonder,
obviously
what's
like,
the age range on young adult books? Am I out
think
of that
it's-
age range by now?
I feel like
Oh.
young adult book is just a fancy way of saying a teen book, you know?
yeah, I think it's like 15 to 18 is a young adult book.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's young adult book. I actually like it. I liked the start of it, and then like the plot or whatever is like kind of okay. I'm obviously only halfway through, but I like the characters a lot. I like this like crew that they are like Jedi heroes join up on. There's a lot of weirdos. There's a rock on the crew. His name is Geode, and he's just a
Geodude?
Perfect.
he's just a rock.
Like
when I
literally a rock?
yeah, he like
So,
doesn't have
kinda?
emotions, but he also like pilots the ship, and like people understand him. It's kind of confusing. When I picture Geode,
I'm
I
picturing
picture
Geodude, personally.
okay.
I am too. That's right where
I'm
my head is
picturing
going.
those like monoliths from Interstellar that would like pilot the
Oh,
ships.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what I picture.
Yeah. You know what?
Um,
I'm also picturing a combination of Geodude and the stone taluses from Breath of the Wild, but in the smaller form. You remember those
Mm,
big rock dudes in that game?
yes.
That's what I'm
Mhm.
picturing.
Will would know. He doesn't play like baby games.
Yeah,
I played 6 hours of Breath of the Wild.
that's good.
I'm pretty
Um,
experienced in that game,
Yeah,
you could say.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, obviously.
I gave up when I stumbled to a point in that game where I had to like match pictures with parts of the map, and I was like, I'm not
Oh,
looking
yeah,
for
yeah,
this,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and then I
was
never
it.
went back.
Great.
Well, Will, if you don't do that, how will you get the lore of what happened 100
Exactly.
years ago and
What
then
I'm
happened
receive
playing
the
the better
true
version,
ending?
Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Great. Great.
Anyways, yeah, my point being is that I don't think even when we all finish this book, I don't think we need to like go through like chapter by chapter talking about the Nihil and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Partially because a lot of our discussion of Light of the Jedi was like setting up a brand new universe, whereas I kind of get it. But this book starts off and continues to I don't know if DJ knows what I'm talking about, continues to discuss this idea of emotion within the Jedi. The joke is that like the Jedi can have sex according to some texts in this book, but it more broadly I just remember this the strongest because this is literally like the last chapter I read, talking about like grief and how like emotions like or like you're supposed to suppress them, but they actually help, which reminds you a lot of a certain young man who dealt with some grief in Star Wars, and he wasn't allowed to properly deal with it, and things turned bad. You
It's
guys,
like,
you,
are you talking about
Wonder who that
DJ?
could be.
yeah, DJ who's not. But anyways, I don't even think we really talk about it. I think DJ who doesn't seem available right now. Will, in this first chapter, this literally has how the book starts off. I don't know if you know specifically, but like this book starts off with like a Jedi like Padawan like frat party kind of, where they talk about there was a band that they were in when they were younger. I don't know if you guys caught this reference. And they're like drinking. I think this is, to be honest, my favorite part of the book. And
I
it's
bet
at the
they
very
were
beginning.
even smoking death sticks.
Ooh. Maybe laced with some spice.
Ooh.
So I guess my only real question, because I don't want to talk too much about the book because we're not completed, is how do we feel about this like different kind of Jedi that we're seeing here?
It's definitely like a more I mean, I can't really say it's relatable now because like I went to bed at 8:30 last night, but
Great.
when I was younger, it was definitely a little bit more relatable to my party days where I was in a band and I would drink at parties with people.
Yeah.
DJ, how are you
I'm
feeling about
pretty
this setup?
I'm pretty excited about it because this is what we needed, you know, from this era. Because like you're never gonna be able to do this any other time with a Jedi. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it, especially in this setting where it's like we're all in like a school sort of, and like we're all just hanging out, like doing stuff. Like I think it's it's great that they didn't like get bogged down in the well they still have to be this very like vigilant, pragmatic.
That's
people.
what makes it so perfect is because by the time the prequels come around, that is how they act.
Yeah.
And this is just another example of how they were before whatever they're building up to when they decide, nope, cut this off and we're starting anew. Because there's going to be at some point in this High Republic series, like when I say series, I mean everything they're doing. We're going to reach whatever
Republic project.
Yeah, we're going to get wherever this cutoff point is, where they decided that this isn't how the way is going to be anymore. This is how it starts.
And and I'm like kind of joking about all this because I just like think it's funny to like the idea of like Jedi's like clubbing essentially. But like they start this like this isn't the first time this has happened in the past like 2 weeks. Like in Light of the Jedi, like the kind of final crux there is like what are we doing, Elzar and Avar, like what's going on here? So I don't think this is like some like jokey one-off thing. I think this might actually be like part of the like
a core tenet of the new project, honestly.
is horniness.
Yeah.
Which I'm here for.
Take it.
The moral of the High Republic is going to be abstinence is key. That's what they're going to be teaching kids. This whole thing is just a long, drawn out, multi-million-dollar marketing project for abstinence.
This is Disney coming in and producing their heteronormative values.
Our Star Wars by promoting abstinence.
In 10 years, when you have to go through gym class and sex ed and everything, it's going to be, you're going to have to read your dumb textbook about it, and you're going to have to read the entire High Republic.
This is going to be in health classrooms everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
The dangers of premarital sex.
And clubbing and
funny?
drinking.
Here's something I just noticed. I think the only through line that I can think of all the Disney Star Wars projects, the sequels, Rey and Kylo, that was the big thing. They kiss at the end. Rebels, Hera and Kanan.
They have a baby.
Yeah, this book series, things are happening in the High Republic.
Things are spicy.
Disney seems a little okay with the actions and the activities.
Yeah, apparently they are.
Which is kind of odd that. Well, I wouldn't say Disney. I would say people Lucasfilm now, but it is
Disney
runs these stark contrast from Disney's second largest property, Marvel Studios, where those movies are extremely asexual.
Yeah.
Just watch WandaVision. I guess technically they have babies.
Spoilers, man.
Well, just to clarify, my point was Disney era Star Wars. You know, I'm not one of those.
Yeah,
people.
I know. I just think it's weird though how they're kind of like they're putting a lot more romance into it. I mean, I guess in the old extended universe there was a lot of romance too that just never really made it to screen, but
there was in like all the other old movies too, but it was never with like Jedi, you know, like it was like Han and Leia, and it's just like, you know.
I want you to
Maybe eventually we'll get to the point where we're going to be able to watch a rated R, a gritty Star Wars film, and then we'll get to see a Jedi drop it out.
Yeah.
Great.
I want you to make the like thumbnail to this YouTube video, me being like, Jedis can what now?
Oh, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Put a picture of Kathleen Kennedy with like the red laser eyes.
Yeah, you might as well. It gets you 1,000 views automatically if you just send that.
It would. It'd get us so many subscribers.
Yeah.
Just put Brie Larson in there too. Why not?
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting though. I haven't read like a YA novel since I was a YA like age reader.
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, well, I haven't read
Jackson
a
doesn't
lot
read books,
since
yeah.
I was a YA
Oh, that's
level
true.
reader.
I was gonna say because like the majority of popular books are young adult books.
Yeah,
That seems
technically.
to be like
I also was a young adult up until like 2 years ago. So
Oh, that's true. You're very young.
yeah, like Hunger Games, read that. Fault in Our Stars, I was in on that.
We saw the movie
Oh,
together.
I forgot. I was supposed
obviously.
to introduce you as the Hunger Games Roblox captain.
Right.
Oh, you heard that?
Oh, I heard it.
Oh, I didn't even know that you were here yet. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's funny.
No, I mean, I was muted and everything, but I could hear
Yes.
Jackson.
We had for listeners out there, me and Jackson had a conversation about Hunger Games Roblox before the show today, and
Yeah,
we're keeping that one for ourselves.
that's cut content.
Private, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we were talking about it being YA. I was like, I could feel it, and it almost felt like a little more inviting. Like, I think, like Light of the Jedi, like all those characters are actually more interesting. But I think, the kind of introduction to these characters, which a lot of it does happen in the first chapter, was just like they all felt a little bit more charismatic, a little bit more appealing, and I think it helps that they're not like old stoic Jedis, which, as we've discussed in Light of the Jedi, not everyone's like that. Our Lord and Savior Loden Greystorm is certainly not. He's stoic in a good way, but like these kids are like hanging out, and then like this one, our lead character, which oh boy. This book gets to the point where there's too many characters, and I'm struggling.
there's too many.
But the lead Padawan is like, I don't want to go on this journey to the whatever, and he's not like whiny about it. I'm like, these characters are a little instantly more like recognizable and relatable, and like the crew's got like basically a Jack Sparrow type captain, where he's like, hey, he's kind of like Hondo too, but like not sinister at all. It's fun.
Yeah, he's like Hondo, but like, what if Hondo was not sinister and also drunk the entire time? Like,
I mean, you could
I don't feel
Hondo is always drunk.
You could make it, yeah, but this is I don't know. I think high is more accurate because he's out of it completely.
Especially when you listen to the audiobook, they make some choices with his like
with his voice
where he's like, hey man,
I'm just pounding this shit, man. That's his voice the entire time.
The book is interesting. I'm not like really super like caring with like the capital A plot of what's going on, but it's fun to listen to. It's a story.
That must be why there's such a hullabaloo on the Twitter world about Jedis having intercourse.
Yes.
It must be because
there's not much else to garner. Yeah. I think a lot of people too, especially a lot of like new people coming to High Republic. The only reason I'm not like this is because I like read about it obsessively and talk to you guys about it. They're like, gotta like hop in and like, maybe I don't want to read the kids book, like this young A stuff, I gotta hop right in on it, and they might have like different expectations for it. So I think a lot of people hopped on this one and were like, oh, well, this is like the next story, which is not at all true. It does the thing that all of these first round of books do, where like they're going to Starlight Beacon and then the Legacy Run incident. I know a lot about the High Republic.
Yeah,
I could name off two high level themes. Which I think is honestly, I know, Will, you read Test of Courage, which is also like that. I think that's actually was a pretty smart way to kind of launch this initiative.
Yeah, because it still makes it so like Light of the Jedi is like required reading, but then if you want more smaller scale adventures, there's 2 novels out there now that and the children's picture book, so there's 3 books that you can get into,
and comics,
and comics. But
this definitely cleared up the kind of like, not we kind of knew, but like we weren't sure how like plot critical the Young A books were going to be. And this is definitely like, all right, oh, I already get it. I'm just like, okay,
This is just
these
a
are all
story.
ancillary. These like
Mhm.
I'm not saying don't read it. Like I'm enjoying the ride. Like I'm enjoying this one very passively in the sense where like, I'm just gonna turn this on and have some fun with these characters.
Mhm.
But you can definitely tell it's just like, okay, there is going to
Yeah.
be critical books, and then there's going to be just some fun stories with some
Then
Jedi
there's
in an
gonna
era where
be
we can have fun with the Jedi.
then there's gonna be
So,
tweets about the ancillary books that might be important, but like
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, from what happened in Tests of Courage, I mean, there's really nothing in there that had any large impacts, except for maybe if Vernestra becomes a major Jedi player down the road. I mean, other
Vanessa
than
got a
that,
shout out in this book actually.
yeah. So I mean, like, there's
she
really, I mean, she is the main character in the next young
youngest,
adult book,
right?
but
Right.
I mean, except for like her, like, there's nothing plot point related though
Yeah.
that was like major in that book. But
I will say the one value that comes into like reading Light of the Jedi before this, aside from like Light of the Jedi is the book, is this main character. He's the Padawan of Jorah Molly, I believe is her name.
Yes.
Who, as we know in Light of the Jedi, like dies.
mhm.
And they're kind of separated in this book. So one of the things I'm actually looking forward to is I assume he's gonna like
React.
figure that out and then have to like go on his own path.
Yeah.
There's actually like kind of some interesting like cross. I think they call that in the biz dramatic irony.
Mm.
So come on, DJ, that was true. I was right.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you don't have to be like that about it. And I know you're being like that about it to be ironic about it, but
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I think like that's kind of interesting where I think that might be where the value comes in like reading all of these books and like digging fierce into them. Honestly, as someone who like has read comics for many years, like I get it. I kind of get exactly what this was going to be from the beginning, where you can read Dark Knight Metal and you can also read all 6 character specific books about all the specific
all the different Batmen.
all the different Batman, which I did like 3 years ago. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah,
I
we
own
both did that. It was a bad idea.
and from the very beginning I was like, this book's on anyways. So like, yeah, if you read comics and you've ever tried to follow a major like storyline, same thing, just read the main book. The rest is if you really care.
Mhm.
Yeah. I am
I mean,
excited
that's kind of
though.
how the canon before High Republic was to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
somewhat,
like
yeah.
the movies and want more, then you can read the books. But
You really don't need to.
there's really nothing in the books that ever majorly impacts the films at all. I mean, some of them do, but
Mandalorian.
yeah.
Just come get in that book.
Yeah,
Will and his
Mandalorian's in that
weirdo
book.
friend. What's that?
What?
What was that dude's name?
Who are you
Timothy
talking
Oliphant,
about?
Mandalorian.
What are you
What?
talking about?
Timothy Oliphant, Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
Cobb Vanth.
Cobb
yeah.
Vanth?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. He was from a book. It's good for you.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
good,
from a book.
good for you, Will. I'm
yeah.
excited for the back half of this book though, because I do want because I can totally see how they can actually dive into some like more deeper story content instead of just like having fun on the ship, like what we were saying with Jorah Molly and like some
Yeah.
other stuff going on. And like I'm ready to dig in.
This book reminds me of Rebels so much in some weird ways,
Right.
where kind of like the crew aspect, but also this book starts digging into like artifacts in a non-spoilery way that is very Rebels reminiscent. And that's also like the main couple characters are like young adults, which is the
Yeah.
same thing as what Rebels was.
Are you having fun with it though?
I am. I'm
Yes.
having
Yeah.
fun.
Because like
I've-
that's why I like or what I'm looking forward to the most with reading is I think Claudia Gray is just a really fun author.
Yeah,
Um,
she's clever and it's like funny at times, and she can write like the drama pretty well too.
And if you like her books, like I know she's written quite a few at this point now, but
Master and Apprentice is high on my
easily-
list if that's what you're going for.
that's a very good one. But I think probably my favorite one that she's written so far is Lost Stars. That's basically Romeo and
Yeah.
Juliet in the Star Wars universe. It's really good.
Claudia Gray, horny writer?
Mm,
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
All right, do we have any last minute thoughts on this book? I assume
No, I got it all out there. I think
we can talk
we
a little
left
bit more
nothing on
about
the
it next
field,
week,
or we left everything on the field. You know.
Yeah, and like I said, if you're looking for a like shot by shot analysis, one, I will not be able to give that to you, and two, you don't really need it. You should just read the book and have some fun. It's pretty light reading. It's shorter than Light of the Jedi, and it's obviously written for like a slightly younger audience, so you'll have a lot of fun. This is Jackson Wallace talking about Star Wars books.
Yeah, I feel like you were thrown to Will there, and Will's just sitting there like drinking.
No.
I don't know what he's drinking, but like
No.
he was drinking something there.
I also
I'm drinking
realized,
show sponsored Diet Pepsi.
yeah, and
Ah.
now this is where the fun begins. So now we were looking for something extra to do in this episode to kind of engage ourselves
Because
and
I
discuss.
dropped the ball.
No.
You can put the
no.
blame
we
on
all
me, it's
we
fine.
all dropped the ball. Will none of us finished this book in time,
Yeah.
and I'd like to point out I scheduled this episode for next week, so I was like, let's actually get the time to finish the book, and then we moved it up a week, and here's what happened. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what?
just saying. It's gonna be fun regardless.
We can do whatever we want. You know that, right?
Yeah, we can do whatever we want. Yeah.
So this was something I wanted to do earlier, or not earlier, but maybe later on. But I did some research and I realized that like a little too complicated to like read over air. So I specified it, and I found some BuzzFeed quizzes surrounding Star Wars that I think we need to dig into here.
It's mission critical, really.
Yeah, the original one I wanted to do that I decided not to because there was like 6 options for each question, and it was like to do over like a Zoom call sounds super boring for everyone. Was everyone is half Hunger Games character, half Star Wars character. What are your halves? And I got Boba Fett and the Liam Hemsworth character, in case anyone's wondering.
I can
Is it
see
possible to get Woody Harrelson in both? Because that would be impressive.
I think if anyone could do it, DJ, it's you.
that.
That'd
DJ would
very
be
funny. Of course.
DJ,
he'd be the,
noted Woody Harrelson fan.
Exactly.
his favorite film of all time is Natural Born Killers.
Never even heard of it, man.
Have you heard this about DJ? The only good running joke I have in my life is that DJ noted indifferent person towards everything.
I said it like maybe twice. I said I like Woody Harrelson as an actor like 5 years ago, and you won't let it go.
It's so
Then-
funny.
That's why DJ is so excited for Venom 2,
Oh yeah.
No.
which I heard we're
Oh.
getting a trailer tomorrow for.
Are we?
What?
Oh
I
man,
actually, you should have seen me and DJ watching Venom in the theaters together.
that was a bad time.
Everyone was freaking out that Carnage was in the movie, but my man DJ, it was that
I
Woody
didn't
Harrelson.
care.
love.
Did we stay for the post credit? I feel like we left.
You had to have
No.
because the post credit was the Spider-Verse scene
Yes.
Oh
I
yeah, we
remember
did.
that.
We did stay for that.
after
Anyways,
25 minutes of credits.
That
yeah.
was a weird, and you had to sit through that Eminem song. Anyways, okay. Now, so I decided to pull out an even better quiz. This quiz is written by, oh, I don't know, I can't read that name. But it's approved and edited by the BuzzFeed community team.
Put it in the show notes or something. We'll get there.
I'm just gonna say it's Mimolanders. So this post was posted on May the 4th, 2020, and it said
Yeah.
it's called "I tried to think of the most unpopular Star Wars opinions ever. Do you agree with any of them?" Star Wars was in quotes, just to clarify. Okay, you guys ready?
Mhm.
Ready?
So these are all yes or no. This is so dumb.
You can't even get through this one. It's number 1.
Rey is a bad character.
No.
No.
Okay, that seems like this is gonna go in a bad way, but I promise you, they get better. So
Okay.
no, Rey.
Yeah,
okay.
that one gives me a little pause. Just like it's just,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm
gonna be
ready for
one
the
of
rest.
those quizzes.
Chewbacca is annoying.
No.
Yes.
What, DJ?
Like okay. I like Chewbacca, but I'm thinking about it from I'm thinking about it the perspective of the characters in the original trilogy. Like, is Chewbacca annoying? At times, yeah, probably. he sits down in a chair and you can't sit on it for a week because there's so much hair. Like this is like he's probably a hassle. I'll give it to them.
The only thing Chewbacca has against him is he maybe cheats at space chess.
He does
definitely
kind of get
cheats
in
in
the way
space chess.
sometimes, but
This is not how I thought. So the options are, how could you say that? Or yes, he is.
yeah, how could you say that, DJ?
I think having a Wookiee around on a very small spaceship would be a hassle. But I think it's worth it,
especially
'cause
since
Chewie's
he's like
cool.
8 feet tall.
This
Yeah.
is not how I thought this was going to go. Okay,
How,
now we're going
how
He has to
big do
shave
you
that
think a
mustache?
Chewbacca dump is.
Oh my, yeah. See, Chewbacca would be
You ha-
very
and he's-
annoying to live with on a spaceship.
And he's so big too, so he can't use like a regular sized toilet.
No, yeah.
Like, does he have a litter box?
Could you imagine him in that like Mando like bathroom?
Yeah. Could you imagine using the sink after him after he shaves his mustache? Because he clearly has a mustache, as we've established.
Okay.
I forgot that was your hill to die on back in
It
those
is.
episodes.
Next question. We're getting into the juicy stuff here. Raylo should not have been a thing.
No.
I can't answer that yes or no because like if they wanted it to be a thing, they should have went all out on it. They shouldn't have done it the way they did.
Yeah. You mean where they reversed footage of Ray dying? Was that the popular theory going on? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay.
Daisy Ridley recently debunked all of that.
I saw that tweet or that quote. Yeah,
She
where
said that the only two things that they filmed was kiss or no kiss, and in
Yeah.
the no kiss moment, Ray says no 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 as Ben is dying. So that's like the only two things. That's the only two different tracks that they've done.
Great.
So I was gonna make a joke about the writing in that movie. I don't need to.
So yeah, we've been over it.
Chris
yes,
Terrio, champion of failing upwards.
Exactly.
So yes, that was weird, or I like them together.
To be honest, after I saw The Last Jedi the first time, I was all for it. Like they have that kind of good and evil, chaotic romance chemistry in that film.
Enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
Okay, we like them together. We'll say that. Hashtag Raylo forever, I guess. Am I right, Will?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that in my Twitter bio that I'm a Raylo.
This because they show the responses here. This one was 53 to 47. Yeah, that was weird, and I like them together. Very divided topic.
Very divided crowd.
I think a lot of people were against the idea too, though. It's just because there's for some reason like a extreme hatred towards Ray as a character.
Yeah, it's because.
I mean,
anyways,
yeah, we don't need to go into that anymore. We've done that plenty.
Okay, this is so far is the most unpopular opinion I'd say so far. Baby Yoda is not cute.
No, Baby Yoda's cute.
Yeah, he's very cute.
Yeah.
He's a very cute character.
Grogu,
though. Although I don't think season 2 was out by
Grogu.
the time this poll was made. So
That's fair. Yeah. So I say yes, he is. I actually have another quiz prepared if we still have time, revolving around that squeaky little guy. So we'll see. The new sequel movies are way better than the old ones.
We've been over this one.
yeah, we've ranked them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the only one that we had beat an old film was The Force Awakens.
Well, the only one you have beaten.
No, we've properly debated.
Okay. That some of these are not as good, but this one's good. The Sith are so much better than the Jedi. I don't think it's straightforward.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought the Sith were cooler because at the time they were the only ones that could shoot lightning or force choke or have a horned dude with a double lightsaber.
Yeah. Well, see, now that we know the Jedi can have sex again, I think that the Jedi win. Because before that was all the Sith had on them.
Palpatine had a grandchild.
No, I'm saying that's what the Sith had on the Jedi before, and now they've lost their advantage.
Okay.
The Sith have got to step their game up and have some sort of.
When I would play the Star Wars games as a kid, like the Star Wars Jedi games, I always gave my character some of the dark side powers because they were cooler.
They were cooler.
Yeah,
and you're like, man, what if there was a great Jedi? Man, you were like that, yeah.
Maybe Acolyte goes into it more though, but I think there's so much untouched Sith lore that they could establish that we just haven't gotten to yet though.
Yeah, that's interesting, especially considering like the High
Yeah,
Republic
so much of it is like
technically
old
after
to
all that
you.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna say absolutely not because of the sex thing. Okay,
Yeah.
this next one I 100% agree with. Yoda is shady and not wise at all. Yoda's not a good dude,
Mm,
in my opinion. I like him in the original movies, but in basically anything else, I'm like,
I think I will kind of agree because I think Yoda only appears wise because he's been around so long. It's just
Yeah.
I
kind
would
of
be
the
wise too if I lived for 900 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the well, he's been here longer, so we just will let him do things.
If
Maybe
I
Yoda
was
does some
900 years
shady
old.
stuff to become the Grand Master of the New Jedi Order.
Oh man. That would be weird.
Got into Yoda politics, that'd be good.
All
I
I'm
also
saying
feel like-
is, if I lived 900 years, I think I would be smarter than Yoda. I think I would be able to do it. Like I'm already this smart, and I'm 23. Yeah, 3. So
to your
I feel like
boyfriend,
I
but
could
I'm
get
different.
there.
Like,
Yeah.
what if Yaddle was supposed to be the chosen one of that series, and then Yoda like screws her somehow and takes
Yeah.
the claim?
I also like in the Clone Wars and stuff, and even in the prequels, I don't think he's as nurturing as people think he is.
I
This
mean, he's good
man-
with the younglings.
Yeah, but for what purpose? To send them to war? Anyways, we're gonna agree with this one. Oh,
I agree.
this is the best one actually.
Your hands are cold.
No, I don't know. This is actually something we've explored quite a while ago in this show that doesn't get talked about enough, in my opinion. Luke and Leia should not have been siblings, and they should have dated instead.
Will's absolutely gonna agree because he's number one Splinter of the Eye's Mind fan or whatever that book's
I
called.
am the number. It would make that book a lot less creepy.
It's so hard to read that book as like alt AU when like everything else goes the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would also. I mean, they did get a nice moist smooch in Empire.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
they did.
honestly, the Luke and Leia thing is pretty endgame in the original trilogy. Even like up to well, I guess like Luke and like or Leia and Luke and Han question mark. Leia and Han kind of like get together in
Yeah,
Empire.
Yeah,
But,
they kind of choose who the winner of that lovers triangle is pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But like I don't think it was cut and dry as people may remember. Like in
No,
that first
not.
in that first movie, she does not like Han. And
Yeah.
even I think legitimately at the beginning of that second one, she like is like, oh, but also she's like, this guy. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Should have, you know what? Should
Well,
have,
she
could have,
didn't
would
want to
have.
leave without a goodbye kiss. That's what I'm
Exactly.
Yeah,
saying.
that's he knew.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford in the 80s. An interesting guy. We're gonna say no. Okay. And the last question here is Rose and Finn were adorable together.
No.
Sorry. DJ, what are your thoughts on Finn Rowe?
Oh, I'm 100%. That should happen. That was great.
Yeah, okay. You know what? No, I'm not going to relitigate The Last Jedi.
They were cool
I-
together doing the things they did, but
in terms of romantic chemistry,
no, there was no romantic chemistry between the two of them.
You don't think so? Huh.
No.
I think there was a bit there.
I saved you, dummy.
Okay.
Even Finn was surprised at the kiss because he was like, "Who's this girl?"
You just crashed into me.
Okay,
We
here's
did.
then
Here's
they clarified that they're not in any romantic entanglements together in
Yeah.
the novel between.
yeah. So here's my thing. Without like relitigating the entirety of the sequel trilogy, I think the issue with this is I think this would be a little better if they didn't make like Finn such a Rey simp the entire time.
Yeah.
Where it just feels out of character. Now, I think there are some other ships in the sequel trilogy that work a little better, in my opinion. What those are, I don't know. You'll have to check my liked tweets.
You have to Snoop Jackson's entire online persona to figure out, deduce
Jackson's
what
a
he might
big
be into.
folio Dio shipper.
Oh,
Jackson's a big Poe Quad shipper.
yeah.
Ooh.
There's a lot of NSW fan art in my liked tweets.
Oh.
That's why I don't like when
think there
people.
is.
That's why I don't like when people use the home version of Twitter, where you can like see people who have liked tweets. If you're a person,
I had someone that did it to me at work where I liked something that was like, it wasn't bad, but it was a bit more risque fan art, but it wasn't bad. But he called me out on it because he was just like, I saw you liked this tweet on my feed, and I was very confused why this was on my feed, and I was just like, man, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Does he
Switch
know
to
you watch
latest.
hentai?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna reluctantly say no.
Reluctantly? No.
Well,
Finn should have died.
This is legit 50-50, this one, and it has 10K votes each. So 20,000 people have voted in this. So this is not the niche content I thought it was. Okay. I have one more quiz. It's 10 would you rather questions. Do we want to keep going, or do we want to wrap things up? What do we think?
No, let's do one more.
Yeah,
Okay.
Should be short.
This one is 10 of the hardest would you rather questions for people who love Baby Yoda. Made January 2nd.
Keep in mind before we go further into this, baby Grogu is 50.
Just get it out.
I don't know what kind of questions we're going to be exposed to.
I'll be honest, I only read the first one. I feel like this is kind of like the white mom Baby Yoda love, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather take Baby Yoda to Disneyland for one day, or take Baby Yoda to school with you every day?
Oh, it's one
Every
of these quizzes. Okay.
It's the Facebook moms.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones that have the Instagrams dedicated to their Baby Yoda doll that they take traveling.
Yeah.
I guess Disney World, just because I've never been to Disney World and I want to go.
I went to Disney. Like, I feel like you're the kind of guy who would go to Disney. Maybe not. Anyway,
Galaxy's Edge more than anything.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I went to Disney once when I was young. Don't take your kid. Don't take your kids to things before like 6 or 7. They're not going to remember. It's going to be a waste of your money. That's my take. Hot parenting tips from Jackson Wells.
keep them quarantined until like 8, and then bring them out into the real world.
Yeah, don't even expose them to the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather? Oh man, I'm going into these blinds. This is funny to me. Cuddle with a whole litter of puppies, or cuddle with Baby Yoda?
Oh, the puppies.
Yeah, puppies.
Baby Yoda probably doesn't feel great. I think we gotta accept that he is
No.
cute, but I don't feel like I don't want to touch that thing.
Yeah,
you know?
like it's Yoda's texture, but like younger.
I mean, his skin
Give us the word
represents.
What's up with the skin?
I mean, everyone else has had this thought, right? That his skin probably feels like something men have.
Are you referring to the
Interesting.
balls, Will?
Yeah. Yes, DJ. Thank you.
Okay, I was just making sure. I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
especially the issue is there's many different kinds of Yoda. There's like Muppet Yoda, and then there's CGI Yoda, and then there's Phantom Menace Muppet Yoda, which is a whole other can of worms. And then there's CGI / not puppet, I guess, Baby Yoda. What would you consider that? Like
There's no CGI in it except for a few like when they're doing like effects.
but
and
it's
stuff, right?
but it's not like it's not a puppet. I guess it's not
It's
a
a
traditional
robot. It's
Yeah, it's a robot.
Yeah, that's what it's called. That's what I was looking for. Okay, man, these are so bad. Would you rather rock Baby Yoda to sleep with a lullaby, or wake Baby Yoda up with breakfast in bed?
I don't even know. I don't know how to respond to that one.
It's strange to
Wake
me
him
how
up
one
with
of
some chicky nuggies and chalky milk.
Well, it's been well established that I don't care for music, so I don't know what I would sing Baby Yoda. So I'm going
You
to
don't
say
even know a lullaby?
I don't know. I guess I know what Twinkle Twinkle Little Star sounds. I don't know. So
It's the
I
same
guess
melody
I'll.
as Happy Birthday.
Is it? I've never noticed.
it's so weird to me that like rocking to sleep with a lullaby is like something you do to a child, and for me, breakfast in bed is something you do with like a significant other or like
Yeah.
your mom on Mother's Day. Maybe I just am not a good child.
What do we cook? What are we cooking for Baby Yoda though for breakfast?
For breakfast? Eggs.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
cooking.
eggs,
we're
yeah.
gonna cook the. What are they? The fetuses that he ate.
Oh, that was so funny. You guys didn't laugh. Okay. This is a
Oh,
trip
it
for
was
me
good.
too. I should have read these beforehand. Oh man, this is.
No, this is better.
Would you rather watch Baby Yoda make a mess eating spaghetti or watch Baby Yoda eating a giant hot fudge sundae? We've been doing
That's
this
totally
podcast.
toddler stuff.
We've been watching this podcast we've been doing this podcast for like over a year now, and this is the first time I've ever run anything for the show, and this is what we're doing.
Done well. I don't want to clean up the spaghetti.
Get messy eating spaghetti.
Yeah, you wanna
Yeah.
deal with that?
I
Yeah,
picture
like in
I picture a lot
high
of
chair and
like
everything.
slurping of the noodles. I think that'd be pretty funny.
Oh yeah, it's like you remember that scene where he's eating the frog in episode 2 and he slurps up the leg. That happens.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Would you rather take Baby Yoda out for coffee with a picture of him holding the mug from the first season, or take Baby Yoda to lunch? I feel like the kid shouldn't have coffee.
Well, he's 50.
Yeah, I guess he's 50. Yeah, he could have coffee.
Okay.
It might stunt his growth though.
We need to detach ourselves from this human-centric conception of age.
If there is a question of cuddling with him as an answer, we are not detaching from that.
Okay.
I guess I would rather go to lunch, but that's just because I don't like coffee.
Yeah, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm just let's
Neither of
let's
you
get some
drink
burgers,
coffee?
man.
Wow.
No.
I need to. Interesting. Anyways. Okay.
I
I haven't
drink
tried
me off.
coffee in years, which is like
I
I
drink
probably should.
delicious aspartame-free, 0-calorie Diet Pepsi.
I go
Great,
on.
great.
I buy this 40 pack because my parents were like gonna like get rid of their like little like Keurig coffee machine, so I was like, oh, I'll take it, and so I buy these like 40 pod boxes for like $10, and it's just the worst coffee you could possibly drink, but it's also the cheapest.
Yeah,
so
you also don't have to leave your room.
I don't have to go out and buy new coffee.
Jackson's
okay.
really living the college life. Garbage, cheap coffee.
I had
This
a
is why we're gonna
$2
start
frozen
smoking.
pizza for dinner yesterday.
You what?
I had a $2 frozen pizza for dinner yesterday.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's actually something I've considered. Would you rather, based on the previous questions, that sounds weird, but
Yeah, I don't know where this is going now.
would you rather buy a Baby Yoda plush or a Baby Yoda Funko Pop?
Oh, plush.
I have
Funko-
I
just 'cause
have
Funkos are
Funko
bad.
Pop.
You have the Funko? Well,
Yeah.
we know your answer.
Whoops, DJ, like,
And then DJ just shoots me in the heart and is like, Funkos are bad.
Funkos are bad. I don't
As
like
if I don't have a
Funkos.
whole room full of them.
Oh, I know. I'm not kink shaming you, Will. I'm fine with your obsession with Funkos. I'm good with it, but
okay,
Yeah.
here's the next one. This one is a little difficult. Would you rather adopt this kitten forever? I want you to just picture a cat.
any kitten,
It's just a picture of a cat, or babysit
maybe
Baby Yoda,
maybe to you.
or babysit Baby Yoda for one day.
I would babysit Baby Yoda
Yeah,
because I already have a cat.
my cat's
Yeah.
getting old. Like I think I would. I would take a kitten. That'd be fine by me.
I am allergic to cats, so I imagine I'm probably also allergic to Baby Yoda. But I'll take Baby Yoda, I guess, in that case, just for the day.
The other day, Comet tried to jump up in my bed and he couldn't make it. He jumped and he got his claws and he started like trying to climb back up and he fell on the ground. It was really sad. And I was
Oh,
like, man,
Comet.
you're 10 years old. Your legs are not doing it for you anymore.
I'm gonna have to chill out on Comet soon, aren't I?
Why? Because he might pass?
Yeah.
I mean, cats are weird. Like 10 years old is old for a cat, but you also might live till you're 20. Who knows?
Yeah, my cousin's cat lived till it was 22.
They're so weird about it. So
Wow.
he
I'm
might
not
be with
even
me for a
22.
while. He might be gone tomorrow. I don't know. It's sad.
Okay. Now this is the good stuff. Would you rather watch a Baby Yoda movie or a Baby Yoda cartoon? Cartoon.
Cartoon.
100%.
Cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah. And we're gonna get it in that.
Yeah, the droid's cartoon.
Yeah, like we all
Droid's
said, it's gonna
be,
happen.
ooh.
That's definitely the adventures of R2, C3PO, and Grogu. They just haven't announced it yet.
Exactly.
Oh man, this one's wild. Would you rather major in Baby Yoda studies or have Baby Yoda as a best friend?
Well,
I
between
kind
my
of already major in Baby Yoda studies.
Yeah. between our getting our degree and our comic book movies, whatever that was, what's the acronym again, Jackson?
It's the CBMS, Comic Book Movie Studies.
Yeah, between that major, I don't know if I could do two. So I think I'll go with
a double majoring is hard, trust me.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the other one. What's the other option again? Being his friend for a day?
Yeah, being his best friend.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay.
I got time in my life for that.
Here's
Wow.
You can tell this this quiz was made in January 2020. Not COVID related. Finally, would you rather save Baby Yoda or save Baby Sonic?
No one cares about Baby Sonic anymore.
We saw the Sonic movie together, right?
Yeah, that was the last movie I've seen in theaters. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that was the last one I saw in theaters too. I guess I'd rather save Baby Yoda because like I like the Sonic movie, but that is just the most generic children's movie that they happen to have Sonic in that you can have.
Jim Carrey is pretty wacky in that.
Yeah,
movie.
he's good in that movie too.
Olive Garden.
Now, can we pick the option of whatever the baby Sonic looked like in the original cut of the movie when they had the weird Sonic? Did baby Sonic look
the better
different?
Sonic?
Yeah, the better Sonic. Did baby Sonic look different in that cut? Was he also lanky? Because I would be very interested into that option.
He would have probably had teeth.
Yeah,
like human teeth.
Yeah.
So
did Mewtwo and Detective Pikachu.
Don't know what that is.
Really?
You've never seen Detective Pikachu?
We saw
I'm just
Detective
kidding.
Pikachu.
We saw that movie. That was me making fun of Pokemon. Just for reference, that final question: 97% save Baby Yoda, 3% save Baby Sonic, for a total of 100,000 votes.
Wow.
We got to get in this BuzzFeed quiz game, fellas.
Yeah.
I feel like there's money to be made here, except I think it's all done on random contributors. Oh no, this is a staff quiz. Look at me. So yeah, you want to try these quizzes for yourself? You can see them in the links below. I don't know. Oh, don't actually. Literally just Google
that
Star Wars.
Baby Yoda
BuzzFeed
one was a
quizzes.
good trip.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
there's a.
Into the mind. Okay, it's important to remember that was a BuzzFeed staff member who wrote that quiz, so you know that it wasn't just like Baby Yoda moms are everywhere.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to say. We need to be aware of them.
Taken over.
Yeah,
and if anyone listening or watching is not aware of the Baby Yoda mom subculture, just Google it, because they're just. I like to torture my friends and Jackson and DJ by sending pictures that I find of women that have dressed their Baby Yoda dolls up in baby clothes, or there will be threads of a closet full of baby clothes specifically for their Baby Yoda doll, asking other people for advice where to find more baby clothes, or around Halloween time they will put them in baby costumes, etc. They're like treating them as real children, taking them out on the lake and putting them in a canoe with a photo that says Lake Day.
Yeah, it's
a real subculture.
It is. It's
and a cry for help.
Listen, if we have any Baby Yoda mom listeners out there, just want to know we care for you. We care for you. We value you. You know, we're not judging. Whatever you're into is fine. You know, just enjoy your life, however you see fit. And if that means dressing your Baby Yoda up in clothes, that's fine. That's fine.
I like to dress DJ up in clothes. That's what I do.
Do you want to pick up my outfit next episode?
Yeah.
I'll give you a picture of my closet. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to pick DJ's outfits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he doesn't blend in.
That was a fun episode, doing some BuzzFeed quizzes.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm really disappointed that some of the other ones wouldn't play, because there's some like your Hogwarts house will decide what Star Wars character you are, and your Patron. I don't know anything about Harry Potter. There's the BuzzFeed quiz subculture. It's real.
just like last week where we talked about Harry Potter, we talked about it again this week. We're becoming a Star Wars,
slowly
Harry
becoming.
Potter, and Muppets podcast very
Exactly.
slowly.
Man.
So I think that'll
Speaking
wrap
of-
up this week's episode. Jackson, thank you for taking the wheel this week.
Jackson takes the wheel.
Jackson takes the wheel. That's why he wore his nice turtleneck today, is because he
wanted
knew
to
he was going to be the head man in charge. But if you've been reading the Claudia Gray novel so far, what do you think about it? You can let us know what your thoughts on the things are. And let us know on Twitter at Cantina Convo. If you take any of these BuzzFeed quizzes, what are your answers? You can let us know those things as well. Until next time, DJ, where can people find you at on the internet?
You can find me liking weird fan art at DJ_Gillard on Twitter.
And and Jackson, where can they find you playing Roblox at?
Oddly enough, DJ and I had the same joke this week. You can also find me liking weird fan art.
I guess it's come full circle. I guess.
And Jackson just, well, I'm just thinking of the way these shows release in connection with our recording schedule. Is there anything that?
No, we have an episode next week, and then we have the special episode.
Yeah, we've got time.
Okay.
We'll announce it next week, I guess.
Wow, look at me teasing things.
Look at you.
Are you going to say your Twitter though?
I think I said it.
Yeah, I think you like rambled
Yeah.
through it. You were in a hurry, you know. You had to get what you had out there, you know.
He was getting excited.
Yeah.
But you can find me on Twitter at WOBeeman. Before we sign off, I do recommend everyone with the Disney Plus account watch The Muppet Show from 2015. I just finished it. It is excellent.
I imagine everyone in their headphones right now is just like they're gonna talk about WandaVision. Finally. And then there it is.
No, we will not be talking about
It's a
WandaVision.
good show. And you
I
know
am
what?
sorry.
If you're concerned about, it's just one season, they got canceled, it doesn't end well, it actually has a pretty, there's an arc there that has a pretty satisfying conclusion at the end, I'd say.
There is, but I agree that I agree with myself where we need to get more people watching it and start the fan movement to reboot it on Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah.
I think we can make it happen.
Mhm.
Muppets
You guys
for,
do that.
Muppets for Disney Plus. DJ will join in eventually.
You won't get me.
But
Nothing
I
against
don't-
the Muppets, you know.
I know we're pushing it. We should be done. DJ, what about the Muppets doesn't interest you?
There's nothing wrong with the Muppets. I'm fine with them. I just have no interest, you know?
Do you not like
too
Yoda?
cool for that. He likes playing his M-rated games.
Yeah, I play M-rated video games, man. What are you talking about?
Whoa,
you ever
don't
heard Call of Duty?
He's
sorry.
just too busy sending death threats because they're editing out butt shots in the Mass Effect remasters.
No joke though. I'm probably gonna play Madden after this, so I guess I'm just that guy now. So,
Okay. DJ's the sports guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, until next time, thank you for joining us. As always, may the force be with you.